Well, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go to Marshall Arm Nature Reserve. Now you can get to it from the place at Hartford where we went before, but today we're at Weir Street, Northwich. Now as you come into Northwich you hit this big bridge and you take the first left and park down there in Weir Street, and then we head off towards the river. And it's a nice little walk by the river, and there's a pub here saying there's food. You can see all sorts of, if you can see through the trees, boats, people working on the bridge. So a nice little walk. Quite a lot of fishing down here. So if you look at the Royal Abbey video, you can see you can do this from Hartford. I do like this place because it just gives you the extra little bit of a walk here, which is quite nice. On the left there's some big posh houses here. And we do come to this swing bridge. I've never seen it swing, but it is a swing bridge. That little boat over there, Mr. Duck. And I do get people magnet fishing off that bridge. Seems to be quite a popular pastime. He actually gets another matter, probably an old bike or something. When we reach the bridge there's sort of a crossroad which goes Leftwich College, Hartford Weaverham that way, and Marshall's Arm that way as well. What we'll do is actually go along the river first. Quite an impressive little bridge this is. There is a sailing club here, so you do get sort of all sorts of paddle boarding and various other bits and bobs. Very popular for fishing. So we'll walk along the river first and that'll take us the other side. And the ladies are now going for a row, encouraged by a little dog over there that's yakking at everything. And they've got a lot of boats in the boat club. Not what's going on because two of them are rowing and the other two are just sitting there taking it easy. Well, so far the paths have been okay, even if you're disabled. You have got some posh apartment hill. We are coming to the lots of boats. Marshall Arm's actually behind that lot over there. Well, there is a boat yard, you can see the crane, we'll get to it in a minute, and lots of boats. We've now reached all the boats and a pile of ducks. Casey is one there. Lunar Sea. It's quite a big boat yard, as you can see by the fact that they've got this big crane. They seem to park cars willy-nilly. An old boat there, isn't there? And zoom into that. That's seen better days. One from Liverpool. So we'll see the other side of this when we get to Marshall Arm. Alright. If you like boats, there's plenty of boats to see. Two big cranes. It's quite a popular walk, this. More cranes. I mean, you can just go the other side, do Marshall Arm, but if you walk all the way and walk back, it's the same. So you might as well do this extra, because it's the same distance whichever way you go. It just gives you this bit of an extra walk here. Don't like the fact that these trees are coming across your path. So if you're on your bike, and there's quite a few cyclists, I'm dodging getting me glasses knocked off. You can get a good view of the boatyard. More boats up there. Seem to be invaded by sparrows. They'll fly off as soon as you put the camera on. More ducks. It's covered in sparrows here. We then come to a raised little bit opposite these boats. It is a car park for members only. It's like a, what do you call it, a picnic area. You can certainly stop here, have a rest and have your butties. Pointing to Kingsmead that way. So quite a nice view from up here. Be happy. So just right for there's a seat to have a sit down. Some woodlands here, so you could go into the woodlands. Well, this is an overflow or a pond, I don't know what you'd call it, but there's a little pond. I don't know whether can we spot that plane in the air. You get a lot of planes going over from Manchester. Right, but there's a heron hide in there. Get quite a few herons and cormorants down here. Another sort of little open space where you can have your picnic. There's plenty of fishing spots down here. If you've got a dog, you could probably go in here. Getting a bit closer to the heron. He's crouched down a bit. You usually stand up and looking for fish. Whether you don't want to be on YouTube or what. Somebody else rowing. This is a single rower. Thought it was the others coming back with a single rower. Again, we've got sort of a spot where you can sit down. And another single rower. So you do get a lot of rowing and one thing and another up here. There is some woodland paths, so you can go exploring in the woods if you want something extra to do. Paths are still reasonable, but not as good as they were further down. It's quite rough. I think probably with a wheelchair you'd still be able to manage it. Again, hot summer's day, nice shaded. Plenty of exploration into the woods. There's another path there. It's all fairly shaded. Plenty of ducks about. Another path off into the woodlands if you wanted to go exploring. Probably hear all the ducks. There's loads of ducks about. Wanted to feed the ducks. All along the left hand side it's all woodland. We're nearly down to the big swing bridge at Hartford, and then we can cross over and go to the actual nature reserve. I'd say if you walk down there and walk back, you might as well walk around here and see what you can see. Nice pleasant walk. You do have a lot of mole holes along here. Some moles. Still more adventures into the woodland if you want. We are coming up to the swans. There's 4 I think there is. There's always swans on the river. It's a funny sky because it's sort of white and then a blue line. I had forecast rain all morning, but so far so good. Another proper path. I wouldn't fancy going up there myself. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 swans. Another little entrance into the Paws Wood. So something else to explore. It does tell us all about it. Speckled wood butterfly, woodpeckers, marsh marigolds. So plenty to explore up here if you wanted to go exploring. I'd put the sign somewhere better because you only just catch it. So we're at Paws Wood. Again, another entrance into the Paws Wood, or whether it's a different wood, but there's another entrance there. We're just coming up to the Hartford bridge. So this path's been good all the way along. It's not A1, but if you're in a wheelchair you could certainly get down it without too much trouble. You'd think everything must be sort of disabled friendly nowadays, wouldn't you? You know, in this day and age. But I mean, something like the nature reserve isn't, because it's nature. So we've arrived at the Hartford Swing Bridge. So far we've done about 4,000 steps, so this walk's going to be roughly about 8,000 steps, give or take a step or two. So we can get up here and then cross over the road to get to the other side. And we're actually on the bridge, so we've got a sort of bird's eye view of the whole area, if you can hear me over the cars. So that's where we're heading now. Still that guy rowing away to himself down there somewhere. Gone behind the trees. So I did mention at the beginning, if you watch the Vale Royal Abbey video, we parked over there. So for this walk you could park there and do this walk that way, or you could do both. We're at the entrance Marshall Arm Local Nature Reserve. This takes us back now on the other side, and we'll come back to the car hopefully. A very busy road that, it's like a bloody racetrack, not half built down there. So at the entrance the other side now, there's lots of fencing down here, and it wasn't fenced off when I last came, because they are doing some development. But as part of that, they had to make this area into another nature reserve, so we'll see how they're doing with that. See, it's all fenced off. There is a little, you just miss this if you're not careful. You wanted to go fishing, little lake pond, whatever you want to call it, for fishing here. Covered in lilies. We've got something down there having a chew. So a good view of the bridge, and the paths first class down here, although when we get to the nature reserve we'll have to see how it is. It does give you a good view of where we've just come, so all the way along there, so you can see the amount of woodland there, poo wood and whatever wood they call. So there's plenty to explore in there. If you've got a dog, they have a field day in there. Some big trees at the back there. So that's a whole nother walk and adventure really. And why they've blocked this off, because there was a path through. And it's typical builders, block it all off for months and months. Nothing being done. Just a waste of time, money and effort. Certainly a long path leading to the nature reserve. They were doing development, and they had to then make this lot into a nature reserve. So how you make it into a nature reserve is not quite clear. Don't you just leave it alone and nature does the work for you? Don't know if this is the same lot that we saw originally boating. think it is. See if I can zoom in enough. We've got another heron hiding there. And we've got the swans, can we see them there? So you wouldn't spot the old heron hiding, would you? I don't want to focus on him now. There we go. Don't shake me too much. Well, we've now got a posh sign. We didn't have this last time I came. Tell you where you are. Now you can go down there a little bit, but it's a bit dodgy. So the paths are still good. So why they've had the sign there when it's usually down here, I don't know. But this is the path that leads us to the actual nature reserve. So I thought they'd have put that sign here really, because this is where, as it says, Marshall Arm Local Nature Reserve. You thought they'd have put it here. There's a sign here with all the details of what to see. Jays, woodland, various other things, mice. Now if you come in the spring, it's full of bluebells. And we do have this, what is it, a big ball. You can't really read out. Presumably it says Marshall Arm. And there's these signs all the way along. Telling you all about where you are. Again, we've got woodland walks. Got idiots running. Yes, springtime, lots of bluebells. There's lots of little sort of ponds. It's well known for all sorts of dragonflies and some quite rare ones. None of which appear if you come with a camera, of course, but you can see the biodiversity of some pretty little seeds there. Path's still good. See a little bit of a stream running. Again, you've got these markers, and again there's a trip into the woods if you want. Learning to swim. The problem with all these places, there's so many places off that you could be here forever. That takes you to Hartford campus. Just go up there a little bit, some nice seats if you want to rest. Well, again, nice woodland. It's all el natural, so you've got weeds and things everywhere. There's plenty of sort of seating. Picnic table here. Another sign telling you what's what we can expect to see, which we shall see today. It's quite well known for different sort of butterflies. Red admirals, of course. More sort of notice boards and things. Problem with wildlife, it doesn't always cooperate. So there's a heath tree walk. It shows you we've got Clough wood there, Middlewood, Dipping Platform, Pignut Hill. Again, more information what you can see: jays, squirrels, dragonflies. I don't know where we can see that. We've got a funny little thing under the tree, and still the paths are good. You can zoom in, there's some nice little orangey flowers there. I'm not sure what they are, but a bit different. We've come to sort of another junction, if you like.
Artie, this way. Oh, so he doesn't want to take your photo.
We've got another pond, lake, whatever you want to call it. Quite nice. You see the boat down there. Again, you can go sort of around this lake. It gets a bit rough. We have got a path here, so you can actually go in the woods if you want. Again, nice shaded area. It's a hot summer's day. Plenty for the dogs to run up there. One of the best exercises: throw a ball up there and get dogs running up and down the hill. Still got this big pond, lake, whatever you want to call it. We are coming up to the boatyard that we saw when we were on the other side. Still got ducks. See all the boats, and they got the wind turbine somewhere. Where is it? There. There are proper paths to go in the woodland, and there's some pretty big birds there. I couldn't quite catch them, but they were big and they're making lots of noise. Another thing, what birds we can see: owls, reed warblers, cormorants, grebe, skylarks, sparrowhawks, buzzards. I can hear them big birds, but they were big birds, but I can't see them. Again, plenty of woodland walks. Well, still the paths are good. Plenty to go in the woodland here. And we just saw them two big birds, and we can hear lots of sounds, but we can't see them. But they've got like very big wide wingspan. We have got bird boxes everywhere. I don't know whether I actually caught them on the video, but they were, you know, sort of buzzardy size. It has stayed fine yesterday, it said it was going to pour down all day, but of course you put your coat on and bring your umbrella and it stays bloody fine. We're just approaching Heron's Gate. There's another woodland walk in there, obviously designated. Doesn't look bad, but because it's uphill and in the woods, I don't think you'd do it with a wheelchair. Seats everywhere, you want to stop and have a rest. I think this is all Cheshire West, not Cheshire East. So generally, so far, if you're in a wheelchair, you could do this quite well at the moment. Yeah, I've got to get across the lock in a minute. Another sign here telling you where Twig Island is and various other bits. So you could study this and actually find out. You've got carved stone there, Heron's Gate, Clough Wood. Still we've got these signs that this is Heron's Gate. And you can see why it's called Heron's Gate, because it's got a bloody big heron on it. I think it was the local college, if I remember rightly, that did that. So that's actually the end of the nature reserve, but let's see if we can shut the gate so we can see the gate. I don't know why it ends there, because there's more sort of nature as we go along. So technically speaking, we're now out of the nature reserve, but why they don't just keep this and call this the same, because it's all nature and you can't really tell the difference. Certainly a strong smell down here of wild garlic. Still the paths are good. Plenty of wild flowers. Yeah, you thought they'd have kept this as part of it, wouldn't you, really? I mean, it's limited, you've got one path, but highly. So the path just carries on with woods sort of either side, and you can't actually see any paths off, official paths off anyway, but a lot of dog walkers, because we're getting close now to the river. The river's just behind these trees. Oh, there is a path off here. I don't know how far it goes, but I mean, it's all about exploring if you with a dog and you're not in any great hurry. It's good to go exploring. Well, we've reached the end of that walk really, but there's another keep saying there's another walk into the woods. You come to an open space now, which is like a community place where we've got seats. You can throw balls for your dog and have a general run about, and we're at the docks. And if we just go to that little woodland walk, the first thing you see, it's a bit hidden, is quite big pond covered in green yucky stuff. It's a bit different. Again, you can see there's walks there. So we'll go and cross over the docks and we've been back where we started, we hope. So we're now approaching Hunt's Lock. So we have to go across the locks to get back to where we parked the car. A reasonable sort of crossing over the lock. Some of them are a bit hair raising. Another path into the woodland there. Bridge down there. Don't know how often this one's used because it's got something nesting over there. Moorhens or coots. Not really cooperating very well. Still can't make it out on a small screen. Judging by the state of it, certainly this lock's not been used in a long time, has it? So presumably just the other lock is the one that's used. Again, there is ramps on it, so if you're in a wheelchair you could probably make it. So. Might be a bit adventurous, but the path all the way has been good enough really for a wheelchair. Yeah, I've got these ramps here. So as long as you didn't go off track into the woods on the wheelchair, it would be okay. See the old things to open the lock. A lot of them now, I forget where we were the other day, we saw one, was it Sandbach? Well, these now all have like an electric drill and you just press a button and take a bit of winding up, then will. A big bridge and more boats, repair boats and things down there. Now leads us across the swing bridge before the beginning. And we've done just over 8,000 steps. So the other one, the other side to the Abbey, was 7,000, so you could do the two if you wanted and you were feeling fit. Especially if it's a nice day, you've got quite a bit of variety. We come to this swing bridge. Nobody magnet fishing today. Does seem to be very popular, that. I've never seen it move this, but presumably it does swing because you can see the rail where it goes round. You can see by the rust it's not moved that often. So we're nearly back at Weir Street for the car, and those we saw to start with looks as though they've now finished. Sure that's the same ones.
Right turn here.
You've got a nice reflection of them there.